Pizzarella by K.C. Darling. Illustrated by Kayala Alayeva. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a sweet young girl named Pizzarella. Pizzarella lived with her father above his pizza shop, Pappardeli's Pizza, where she happily helped him make pizzas. One day, Papa decided it was time for him to marry again. His new wife was called Lady Spaghettini, and she had two daughters, Linguini and Tetrazzini, who were Pizzarella's age. Pizzarella was excited to have a mother and sisters. Unfortunately, soon after the wedding, Papa grew gravely ill and passed away, leaving Pizzarella in the care of her new stepmother. Pizzarella found Lady Spaghettini and her daughters were not as kind as they first appeared. They forced Pizzarella to run the pizzeria all by herself. They didn't help her do any chores. They were lazy, selfish, and jealous of Pizzarella. Years passed, and though her evil stepmother and stepsisters grew more bitter and cruel, Pizzarella thrived. She dreamed of one day sharing her father's beloved pizzas far and wide. One day, the stepsisters came home with exciting news.
"The prince is having a ball tonight! Every eligible maiden is invited to attend."
"That includes me!" Pizzarella exclaimed. Lady Spaghettini turned to Pizzarella with an evil glint in her eye. "Well, my dear, that depends. If you finish all your chores, fill all the pizzeria's orders, and find something suitable to wear, you may go to the ball." "Oh, I will." Pizzarella hurried to get to work. After spending the whole day cleaning, doing laundry, and cooking pizzas, Pizzarella finally had a chance to look in the mirror. "This won't do. I need something worthy of a royal ball." But there was no time left to buy a new dress, and Lady Spaghettini found Pizzarella in her dirty apron covered with marinara sauce and mozzarella. The stepsisters teased poor Pizzarella on their way out the door. Bursting into tears, Pizzarella ran to the back of the pizzeria and threw herself onto a pile of pizza boxes. As her sobs subsided, Pizzarella heard a soft tapping on the door to the alley. She crept slowly to the door and opened it a tiny crack. Outside was a dark shadow of a man in a black suit. Who are you?" Pizzarella sniffled.
"I'm the fairy Godfather, and I'm here to make you an offer you can't refuse. I've watched over you your whole life, and I'm going to get you to that ball under one condition. You must be home by midnight. So, do we have a deal?"
Pizzarella thought for a moment. "Yes, Godfather, we have a deal. But what will I wear?" With a snap of his fingers, the pile of pizza boxes swirled around Pizzarella until she was covered in a gorgeous gown. "Oh, but what about my shoes? These look ridiculous." With another snap, several slices of salami wrapped themselves around Pizzarella's feet and became a pair of beautiful slippers. "But I can't get into the ball without an invitation," Pizzarella despaired.
"You'll have something even better. No party has ever turned down a pizza delivery."
"You're right!" Pizzarella cried as she gathered up all the fresh pizzas she had. Handing her the keys to the pizza delivery scooter, the Godfather simply said,
"Midnight.
and disappeared into the darkness of the alley. With a tower of pizza boxes secured to the scooter, Pizzarella raced off to the ball. Once inside the palace, Pizzarella found herself at the edge of the crowd in the ballroom, just as a new song was beginning. And that's when she saw the most handsome man she had ever laid eyes on, and he walked right up to her. "May I have this dance?" he asked with a bow. "Why, yes," Pizzarella blushed. They whirled around the room, not just for that song, but the next and the next. She was completely enchanted with this charming stranger. So enchanted, she lost all track of time until the clock began to chime midnight.
Midnight, midnight.
"Oh!" cried Pizzarella. I must go! The Godfather said my curfew was midnight!" And away she ran, while the handsome stranger watched her in disbelief. "Wait!" he called after her. "I'm the prince! I don't even know your name!" But Pizzarella was in such a hurry she didn't hear him. The magic was wearing off. Her slippers had already turned back into salami, and one slid off her foot on the staircase. She had no time to stop for it, so she hurtled onto the scooter and sped away from the palace, just as her dress fell to a heap of pizza boxes. The entire palace was in an uproar. Who was this mysterious girl? No one at the ball had any idea. The only clue they had was one, now slimy, slipper-shaped salami left on the staircase. The poor prince paced the palace parapet, pondering how he would locate the owner of the slipper. As he walked, he noticed a familiar, delicious odor in the air. He looked at the salami slipper in his hand and knew there was only one place where this tasty meat could come from: Pappardell's Pizzeria. The prince raced to the pizzeria, his heart pounding. And there she was. The mystery girl was there serving pizzas. Pizzarella was so surprised to see her charming dance partner from the night before, she dropped a pizza she was holding. Lady Spaghettini saw this and began to scold Pizzarella.
"You silly girl! You're so clumsy!"
The prince quickly stepped in. "By order of the prince, this girl is released from your service, and, if she accepts, is welcome to come live in the palace as my wife and princess of the land." Both Pizzarella and her stepmother gasped in shock and exclaimed,
"You are the prince?"
"Yes, I am the prince. Will you make me the happiest man in the world and marry me?" "Of course I will!" Pizzarella leapt into his arms. Soon they were married, but instead of living a life of luxury in the palace, Princess Pizzarella continued to run the pizzeria. The prince moved into the apartment upstairs with her, and together they opened more pizzerias all across the land, just as Pizzarella had wished. As for the evil stepmother and stepsisters, the Godfather sent them to sleep with the fishes in the fish market, where they work every day selling smelly fish.
Thank you for coming to the story room. If you like this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.